I'm finishing a really enjoyable build for a pool builder in a, I wouldn't say small town, but definitely not in the top 4 of the big cities. So still a fair bit of population there, but I'm excited about this. This is like taking me back 15 years where you could rank for things quickly. So if things go to plan, I'm so excited about this. Background story, it's a sort of like a well-known pool manufacturing brand, and they allow like franchises to take and be the pool builder of that city using the brand. So it's a worldwide known pool company. And so the beautiful thing about this is I'm allowed to use all of the media assets that are available. They've got a gangster YouTube channel with production level pools. We've got years of social media posts of Aussie pools, New Zealand pools. So it's like all of that is at my disposal. And that's such a breath of fresh air, because the biggest trouble that I have is getting like proof of work projects on the site, photos of projects, not to mention photos of the team and branding and signage and stuff like that. So it's like, I was like a kid in a candy store, just scrolling through the years of social media posts. And so, first of all, we're allowed to use all of this stuff. So what I did is I scheduled a shitload of work on any posts that look like typical Aussie backyards, download them, organize them, name them, SEO optimize them. We could even flip the images. They're public images, we're allowed to use them and stuff like that, but if we want to make them completely unique, we'd flip it and then add the SEO title, meta description, alt description, stuff like that, optimize them for WebP. And then we've just got already like 50 projects we can load up. So a bit of a background here, there was an interim rubbish website created and it wasn't even indexed. What are you doing? Look, I see this a lot. Someone was sold a website, they received the website, there you go. So what next? Oh, that's someone else you got to speak to, you got to find an SEO. So that's what they would advise. So then they found me, and then I basically said, I can't do anything with this site. It's like you going out to install a pool and there's just cement there, and then they want a pool in the ground, but you're not allowed to dig the cement. I'm not touching this site. This site won't progress. So not happening. So I basically said, and this is the standard general protocol with me, is, hey, I need you to have leads ASAP. And the way I do that is I set up a Google ad. I set up with a sales landing page, and that's already better than nothing. And we set up a Google ad. So anyone that looks for pool builder, fiberglass pool builder, family pool builder, you name the keyword, plunge pools, saunas, whatever the key term, 100-kilometer radius or 200-kilometer radius. It's in a bit of a rural area, so he's prepared to travel a little bit more. But bang, we just pay for those visitors. There will be conversions. Now, when it's just a landing page and it's a rubbish old site or it's a different site, not ideal. We are definitely scraping the bottom of a barrel in terms of leads, but there will be leads. There will just be the most expensive out of that campaign. Now that generally gets some leads through the door or some attention through the door while we begin rebuilding the website. So what I did, I reanalyzed the key terms. I saw exactly the search volume and I reanalyzed the pages. We'll obviously build the standard pages, the about us, the contact, the general services. But then I scheduled about 15 or so what I would consider SEO pages. So people search for family pools, fiberglass pools, cement pools, plunge pools, spas, hot tubs, blah, blah, blah. So having that page on the site makes our website considered by the robots, by the search engines when somebody's searching for family pool builder plus the city or the suburb or that area, right? So all of a sudden, the website is going to be far more superior. Then what we did is, because there's so much history with the original brand, like it's 30-year worldwide pool builder from America, which has a big emphasis on Australia, I was able to get so much EAT experience, expertise, trust and authority from the actual brand, the actual manufacturer. So there was a lot of stuff about their technology that they use in the creation of pools and other things. One sec. So instantly there's additional trust signals, right? That this isn't just a backyard pool builder firing up this brand comes with a lot of trust. It's like a gym's franchise, right? There's brand trust and the trust that someone is more than just a backyard pool builder. So that was really cool because a lot of the time I'm literally scraping the bottom of the barrel when it comes to especially the smaller tradie campaigns that they're good at what they do, but there's no history, there's no story, there's no journey, and it makes it very difficult for me to break through all of the established businesses that they're competing with. If you want to be a deck builder and a veranda builder and stuff like that, you're up against construction companies. So it's just a pleasure to have these assets that I discovered later on, because otherwise I was like, bro, I'm not sure about this. So phase 1, Google Ads landing page, Google Ad being fired up. Website's actually almost more than halfway to complete. Solid like 30 pages in there. The brand stuff's in there. I'm redoing the banner videos because I've been able to access some really gangster before and after videos for like production level stuff. So the banner video is going to be great. And yeah, Google Ad will be fired up now. From an SEO perspective, it's a baby site. I've pushed through the index. So it is even like the old site is finally indexed. I've pushed it through with Google Search Console. And I also started sending some backlinks a few months ago. So it's actually beginning to show up somewhere, which is good. So the marination phase, the trust phase begins, because one of the most important metrics that Google looks at is age and maturity. That's why age domains still bring so much value. That's why I still buy domains with age and history, and you might call them a private blog network, a private site, a rank and rent, whatever you want to call it. But that's why there's such a big market for domains with age, right? If you prove to Google that there's nothing dodgy going on, it's a continuation of the brand and stuff like that, you can get a lot of juice out of it. So those are the kind of links that I've already sent. The index has already happened, so we're somewhere in Google's sandbox right now, which is a trust period. Because it's a much smaller town and there's not that many pool builders there, I reckon we're going to be in, position 4 or 5 pretty quickly. I reckon definitely within the first year, but there's some big boy competitors there that have been there for a while, quite established, lots of Google reviews, while we have none. So we've got to work on that, bro. If you're watching this, you know what to do. We need to get that office verified. Thank God you have an office location. Makes it so much easier for me to rank you on Google Maps with an office location. You got some signage and things like that. We just need to jump through a few hoops and get that verified. Maybe I'll jump in the car and drive a few hours and get it done for you. Yeah, I'm really excited. So I love the construction space, especially when there's visual stuff. I love it. Accounting's good, finance is good, it's really rewarding, it's very tough, but I definitely like the visual stuff. This other campaign in the structural steel, just pure enjoyment building landing pages. I don't know, maybe because I'm a boy and I like square things and triangular things, and I did study this at uni. I was doing 3D design and stuff like that. Yeah, moral of the story, pool builder, looked at the keywords, looked at the competitors, looked at the Google ads. This is Facebook ads territory as well, I reckon. Small budget, showcasing the pools that you've built in that town. Hope that helps.